is
in the slave owner.
Right. But they weren't known, they weren't put on the census, and black people weren't put on an actual census and shown as human beings until 1870.
Okay. So they just like property. Right?
They're just property there. They came along with the cows, the horses, and all that stuff.
Jeez.
Wow.
Because I made copies of them which showed where they were listed, their names were listed, but listed with the cows and the horses and like that. But in 1850 and 1860, they came up with the slave schedule, but it didn't list any names. It just listed them by age, and by sex, and by race. So that's them. And, you know, to prove that it was them, because see, I was just blindly looking through trying to pull up a slave schedule, which had 2 mulattoes, mother and son. And guess what? I found, I pulled them up I pulled them up in the state of Florida. Tried to pull them up at that age, because I knew it would be a mother and a father, and I knew what ages they would be. And they came up under George Stone. But when Cousin Howard came to see my mom, and I was talking to him, and he started talking, and he said, well, you know they were owned by the Stone family first. I said, I was right. That's them. He said they were owned by the Stone family first. And after the governor of Florida became governor, because he didn't become governor until he was like 40-something years old. And when he became governor, he had fathered this child when he was in his 20s. And he fathered him like somewhere in Florida.
Bless you.
Yes, he went in Florida. Somewhere in Florida. But anyway, yeah, but she's from Georgia. But I think
it says Duval, Florida.
But that's where I found them, in Jacksonville, Florida. That's Duval. Owned by George Stone.
That's a lot of stuff to take in.
But guess how Cousin Howard found out?
How?
When he became, hey Kim.
Hey, Kim.
How you doing? When he became mayor, when he became mayor of Mariana, Cousin Howard, the white lady told him it was time for him to become mayor, and told him why.
What you say?
And she told him that the Stone family had owned them.
Yeah.
And because the story ran down on the white side.
Yeah.
So she told him that the Stone family had owned them. And that when he became governor of Florida years later, they gave the mother and the father to him. Gave the mother and the father to the Miltons. To Governor of Florida.
Wow.
They gave him to
As a gift?
Stone family.
Like a gift?
As a gift.
Here you
When
go.
he became
That's
Governor of
crazy.
Florida.
His own people.
Wow.
Whew.
So you're saying that's a
So he ended up owning them. Because see, when he first had them, my grandmother used to tell me, said, well, they said, well, what to name him? You know, when he was first born. Like, when I was little, I was going, I wonder what they mean by why would they have to ask what to name him if they owned him? Well, he didn't actually own them then.
Yeah.
And probably the Stone family, he came to visit them and fathered this child, and the mother, who was Lucinda, somehow they asked the governor of Florida, well, he wasn't the governor then, he was like 20-something years old. They were, I guess, joking and said, what to name him, what you want us to name him? And they said, and he said, name him Milton, because he is a Milton.
He knew that.
He was guilty.
Exactly.
So he told him to name him Milton. Yep, they gave them to him as a gift. No, but anyway.
So you saying the Miltons were somewhere related to a former governor of Florida?
It's
Brother,
already printed them out.
is that what you're saying, that the Miltons are related to a former governor of Florida?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm saying that Nemama was a Milton. Her father's name was Tillis Milton. So Tillis Milton was Richmond Milton's son. And so Richmond Milton was the governor of Florida's son. He was the slave that he owned, and the mother was Lucinda. And they all were from Georgia.
Me too.
Lord, they all were from
I know there's way more to it, man. I keep coming back because I want to like.
You ever watch that show, Family Tree?
Yeah.
How deep they go? You ain't never seen that?
So she made
I
that.
never saw it.
They actually travel
Wow.
sometimes.
She started
They go
early this
somewhere
year.
to
She
Haiti
learned
and Africa.
something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, all the way back then. They trace their family roots all the way back to where it began at. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like that, dude.
Yeah,
It's like
I would like to know that too, like from the beginning.